Center, and he is our state winner.
If I listed everything that Al does and has done, I think I'd keep you here for the rest of the afternoon. So let's see if I can hit some high points. Al is not only a volunteer here in the centre, he's one of my neighbours. So I know what he does around the area where we live. In the senior centre, Al repairs furniture, cleans things up if he sees they need it. Happily, and mind you, the man is 92, puts up shelves in the kitchen because he thought they needed it. Al is always looking for things that need to be done. If he feels that somebody needs some encouragement or has done a good deed for either him or somebody else, the chances are he will hand carve you a pen or a butterfly very beautifully done, or even a bird, right? He also does larger carvings, which he does with a chainsaw. And around the neighbourhood where I live, we always know when somebody has a birthday, because Al has crept up overnight, and the person wakes up in the morning and outside their window are balloons and streamers, and if anybody in the neighbourhood needs something done, there was a lady who next door to, well, down the road from Al, spilt spaghetti sauce in the back of her car bringing her groceries home. Al not only rushed out and helped to clean it up, but also gave her a new jar from his own pantry. and during the recent awful winter that we've had, you know, I'm nearly 77, so I'm beginning to have a hard job moving around. I would see the snow outside and think, do I really have to go out and clean off my car and between the cars, because even though the people come round and do the main part, they don't do that. And I would sort of pull myself out. And there was Al out there with his shovel. He cleaned off about 6 cars and was going around the rest of the area. So he'd already done it. As I say, I could keep you here all afternoon, but I think I've said enough. Now you can say something.
Well, with a neighbor like Dawn, it's a pleasure to live in the neighborhood. But Dawn should know that I joined the center because I wanted to help them raise money. But I didn't want to raise money soliciting. I wanted to help the center a different way. And do you know what? I decided to work with the yard sale group. And you know what happened on the first day? I walked downstairs and I was greeted by Pat. And Pat said, "Welcome, Al. Take your clothes off." And I said, "You'll get cheated, lady." She said, "Oh no, I didn't want to say that. I meant to say, take your jacket off." Then the next event, it was the yard sale. And they put me in a corner under miscellaneous. And first thing you know, this good-looking gal came over, put her arm around me, and said, "I have to lead you up. We're having a special birthday party. we took a step and I said, lady, wait 1 second. I want you to know the last time that a young lady put her arm around me to walk up an aisle, it took 48 years before we separated. Now, I enjoy working for the center. That's why I joined. Because it's keeping me healthy. And I love that. Any work I can do, I will try and do. But our whole family has an interest in Charlottesville. And I'll start with my daughter. My daughter here in Charlottesville, Ronald McDonald House, better than Oak Church, and for years, they wanted a new facility. My daughter was president of Ronald McDonald House for 2 years when the place was built. Then the son-in-law, he is president, or past president of the Stonewall Jackson Council of Boy Scouts of America. That covered this whole area, and he's also very active with the Jefferson Foundation. And on top of that, my grandson, the first one, has a special interest in this community that many of you do not know. His name is Sean Stauffer, and he's the president of Octagon Partners. Now, Octagon Partners do special projects in the city. First project, big one, was, remember the old hardware store? That was one of his projects. No one else would touch it at that time. The economy wasn't right. The economy wasn't right for the old Gleason Feed store with that project. But Sean made sure that Octagon Project just completed that. The old Gleason store with the old belts and pulleys and everything inside is beautiful. And outside you'll see some new condominiums and special buildings. And the third project to help Charlottesville, Noah wanted to buy the old Martha Jefferson Hospital. But that didn't faze Sean. Octagon Partners, now you'll find that half of the hospital is completed, functioning, it's rented, and the other half they're working on, and he's hoping soon that'll be completed for the community. So I'm very happy to be part of that. But I want to tell you about my 90th birthday. To me, that was pretty important, because I left the office in 1986, and I said, I won't look at that damn computer again. But the great-grandchildren, they want to communicate with the old man. They're modern. They don't use a telephone. So they said, well, we're going to work on something. And what did they do? They sold their toys on eBay so they can get the money to buy Daddy Al, be part of the iPad. And we communicated. And boy, when those things happen, I just love it. And I'm so blessed to have such a family. And I certainly enjoy the money that Home Instead made available. And that was the easiest $500 we made here at the center. And we made it because you people voted for me. It's your contribution to the new center of Belvedere. We got to build that place. Thank you.
We can see where Al's family gets volunteerism from. We'd also like to invite Peter up. We have a presentation for him. Peter is the Executive Director of